mountains, and my passion is peace building, and that's whether it's between individuals as the district's conflict officer, between communities or nations. And my role is to assist and to empower people to build peace in their communities. And of course for the next year to support Ian.
Very good, make that 18 months. You know, I'm not here to outline to you what's going to happen in 2014-15. That's not really appropriate. We've got a lot of work to do. And I can tell you what I do believe in, though. I do believe there's a lot of work to be done in the world. I believe that as long as there's one child getting polio, there's people without clean water and good nutrition, with poor education, people without access to health and medical assistance, people without dignity and people without peace, then there's a lot of work to be done. And I believe that it's Rotarians who do that work, Rotarians like you and me, who do that work. We are the core of Rotary International. And of course clubs gather together and enhance the work of those Rotarians, enabling them, and districts gather the clubs together and enhance and enable those clubs. I think that I believe in change, where change is good. I believe in change that takes us forward and helps us to grow. But I also believe in continuity. So I believe that I will not be upsetting any apple carts. I want to keep this district going the way in which Graham has set it. I believe in healthy clubs. I believe a happy, healthy club is a club that will keep its members engaged with good projects, with fulfilling projects, and a club that's embracing of new ideas and new members. So as I said, I believe in continuity. I believe in Rotary International strategic plan. I believe where Graham is taking this district, and I believe in where you guys want to take your Rotary life and your clubs. So there's so much power in our Rotarians and in our clubs that if we plug into that power, we'll certainly light up Rotary. Now let me introduce, please, and call to the stage District Governor nominee, the caboose on the G train, and Harold. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It is a great privilege and honour for me to be selected as District Governor for District 9685 for 2015-16. And Harold and I look forward to the many challenges that lie ahead. It is with much pleasure that I introduce my husband, Harold Sharp, past District Governor Harold. Many of you know him already. Harold is my man Friday. Harold has decided he doesn't want to be a handbag or a chauffeur. And as he's my right-hand man, my inspiration, and at my constant beck and call, we've decided that Man Friday is an appropriate title for him. Or as one of my team members says, Boy Friday. Over the past couple of months, I've been visiting clubs within the district to introduce myself and to get to know some of the great programs and projects that the clubs in our district are involved in, and of course, to meet the members. I'm about 1/3 of the way through at the moment, so if I haven't been to your club yet, I hopefully will get there very soon. And I sincerely thank those clubs who have welcomed me, and Harold when he's able to accompany me to their meetings. It's been very, very inspirational. Although I've been exposed to Rotary for a number of years through Harold's involvement in Crow's Nest Club, it wasn't until 1998 that I was invited to join the Rotary Club of Lane Cove in my own right. My very special friend Anne Smith and I were inducted on the same evening into the Rotary Club of Lane Cove, and we were the first females of that club. When Harold and I decided to retire, from paid employment anyway, and relocated to the beautiful Avoca Beach on the Central Coast about 10 years ago, I transferred my membership to Terrigal. I've been president twice. I was actually the first female president of the club. I've been treasurer, and I'm currently the secretary. In the 15 years or so I've been in Rotary, I've met many inspirational people, travelled to distant and exotic places, and I have had the opportunity to experience many wonderful things. When Harold was District Governor in 2002-2003, we travelled with a group of Crow's Nest Rotarians to China, where we officially opened 3 schools in the Bixian province in central China, where people still live in caves. It was an incredible experience. Crow's Nest Club have since that time built 20 schools in Bixian province. Again, an incredible experience. Harold and I were very fortunate to be able to participate in a Rotary Friendship Exchange with Germany in 2009, along with 3 other couples from our district. And we had a wonderful 2 weeks in and around Bremen in northern Germany. 18 months later, we reciprocated and had the opportunity to show our German friends the sights and delights of Sydney, Canberra and the Central Coast. But probably one of the most incredible experiences I've had as a Rotarian was as leader of a group study exchange team. In 2008, I led a team of 5 young professionals to Brazil, and we spent a wonderful 5 weeks being treated like royalty by Rotarians in Brasilia and surrounding neighbouring towns. Most of you will know from the constant stream of emails that I send out that I'm currently the district secretary of the district, a position I've held for 3 years. I've also held a number of other district positions, including chairman of the Scholarships Committee, GSE chairman following my trip to Brazil. I served on the RILA committee for a couple of years, and I was assistant governor for George Papello. Personally, I'm a South Aussie, a Port Lincoln girl. For those of you who don't know, it's the fishing capital of Australia, the home of Safcol tuna, Mackay Diva and Dean Lucan. Harold and I will have been married 21 years in a couple of weeks. He has 3 married children and 7 grandchildren who range in age from 4 to 17 years. Apart from Rotary, I enjoy travelling, reading, entertaining, and am an avid Mariner supporter, or I was until Friday.
Well, thank you, DGE Ian and DGN Gina, for sharing those stories with us. I was wondering whether either of them may have sort of married as a result of a meeting in a bookstore, such as Gerard did with Anne, but we must find that out. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure now to welcome back to the stage for concluding comments past District Governor Trish. Thank you.
Wow, what a conference. When I first looked at the program, I thought, how is anybody ever going to sit through that day like that, all that Rotary information, and absorb it and still be engaged and connected with what's going on? But you have, and I understand why. An amazing conference, an innovative idea, and extremely well run. From the opening welcome this morning, with the amazing performance by the Castle Hill Youth Wind Ensemble, you have delivered an exciting and energising program. This inaugural conference of Rotary International District 9685 has been an example of Rotary fellowship at its best. Rotarians coming together, sharing ideas, talking and working together. Just imagine what it's going to be like in June at the International Conference here in Sydney. I've enrolled and I'm actually going to the Rotary Down Under breakfast as well. And we've actually got 90 coming from my district over here. We're trying to have the most coming we're having this very big competition in New Zealand. We've been treated to an exciting day of motivating speakers, uplifting music, and reflective and passionate discussions about our involvement in Rotary. I love the fun that we started with. Rotamotion perhaps could be a new Rotary song. The many examples of youth programs we've heard about today provide an insight into the range of experiences and opportunity that Rotary provides for youth. And it's been great to share some of their experiences. It is amazing what can be achieved when young people are given opportunities to extend themselves. Rotary actors Amanda and Chrissy, passionate, involved leaders with a clear vision. Who knows what they will achieve? Definitely women to watch. I loved what they said. They said, we have so much to offer. When a Rotary actor has an idea, they really want to make it happen. Rotaract is a training ground for Rotarians. The new generations are our now. Those are the messages we got from those inspiring women. Philip Archer talked about that Rotary was in a good place. He talked about join the conversations, and he talked about the family photographs. So just remember about that when you go back to your clubs and you look at your clubs. Do you have a diverse photograph? Michael McQueen, I've heard him a number of times and I never ever tire of him. I always hear something different. And the three key things he said, first of all, about why people don't join Rotary. They don't know who you are. They don't know if they've got time. And they don't know if they're welcome. Well, we can do something about that. And then why he joined. He joined because he was purpose. He wanted, the Rotary Club was flexible and it was open-minded. Remember that somebody who comes in with fresh eyes and asks why is really someone who could make a difference. Just think of the letter story. And then on to partnerships. We had amazing, I'm an educator from my background. I've taught for a number of years and I'm now a consultant. And when I saw what that Tally School did, it just absolutely inspired me that those children in a distant place can have the same opportunity as others. It's about giving it's about giving the kids the best start in life. Using innovation and technology to help and enrich the lives of those children. It was inspirational, the fact that all the barriers that could be there are removed. And those are the kind of stories that we need to know and we need to share some exciting things that are happening. Juliana Nkuma, I beg your pardon, talking about community service, building capacity of leaders, people who wanted to have a stake in the society which they'd come to live. The same kind of belief that Rotarians have, engaging people. The breakout sessions was a great idea, and I hope that you enjoyed them. We only sort of went around the edges, listened to a little bit. I wanted to get in there and say something, but I knew that wasn't my role this time. So basically, a very, very exciting day. I do need to say to you that you better watch out for the Rotary Convention. There will be a blackout. We have got great black jerseys coming. The Vocational Excellence Awards, I'm afraid that's something I didn't know anything about. We give Paul Harris Fellows to non-Rotarians, but nothing of the standard of that. Talking about changing lives, who else could we have as a better example and role model than those three men here today? What a privilege to listen to what they said, or what was said about them. I'd like to share with you some words from past Rotary International President Cliff Dockerman. And he says, "Over the years, I have observed that some of the most effective Rotary leaders are those who exhibit the leadership skills and temperament of a symphony orchestra conductor." And we've seen examples of that music here today. Just as your district leaders are composed of a wide variety of men and women with unusual abilities, special interests and many experiences, a symphony orchestra is made up of many separate instruments and individual artists. Your job is the same as that of the symphony maestro, who uses leadership skills to bring together the strings, the woodwinds, the brass and percussion units into a symphony of beautiful music. Graham has helped you come alive through the skills of his leadership. In presenting this inaugural conference, Graham has led from the front. He has brought together all the divergent parts of your district committees and clubs into an outstanding performance. And as the music of the day fills the air, you can say, "We did it." And your district will know that this has been accomplished by an amazing governor and his outstanding conference team. In concluding, I'd like to leave you with the words of our Rotary International President, Ron Burton. Every single thing that's ever moved you about Rotary, every project, every program, every smile on some child's face, they all began in a Rotary club. And the good work that gets done in Rotary next year, and the year after, and the year after that, in the end, it will all depend on our clubs, on how ambitious they are, on how well they choose their projects, on how committed they are to making a difference, on how open they are to changing what needs to be changed, and holding tight to the things that matter. It all comes down to the clubs. And so, what you do with what you've learned over today is now up to you. You need to seize opportunities and go out and create waves in your communities. Thank you.
Ripper Trish, thank you for that wonderful summation of our conference and for your very, very kind words. It gives me great pleasure to hand over to you Don's book, and I'm sure you're going to appreciate as I said this morning, it's a good read, and it's Don's story. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I will appreciate it.
And there's still one very, very important task that Trish has to do, and that is the sponsors draw. So Tom?
Yes. This is the Subaru, that's the first one.
Okay, Trish, can you come here, please?
They have to be in the audience to receive the prize.
I think this person is. Can you read that name up there?
I think it says Ross Pierce.
Congratulations, Ross. He is in the audience, and he's won a new Forester. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's won a jacket, sorry.
And the Ordmanette one.
Go on, it's what it's
called. Oh, is it?
Yes.
Right, and I think that this one is Ross Pierce.
Now Ross and Anona will need this one. It is the Ordmanette Prize, and it's a financial health check, Ross.
There you go.
Another one? Do you want to do this now or later? Okay, right. Thank you.
Well, you see, we don't rig these things. It's extraordinary outcome, isn't it? Extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, our next item is a very short item, but a very, very meaningful one for Noel and myself, I guess, and that is the conference banner changeover. So could I have the banner bearers, please? It's Noel for the 2014 conference, and Alan, you'll pass it on to Alan for the 2015. There's Noel with the banner.
District 9685, there's Alan, over it goes. It's all Central Blue. Thank you very much. And that leads into the promotion for the 2015 conference for our district. I'll invite Central Blue and Ian back to the stage.
Okay, Henry. Okay, Bruiser. Drag him on. Music.
They're going to make me sing. They didn't. Just enjoy the music. Keep enjoying the music. Stop. All right, we'd like to invite you for Conference 2015, March 20 to 22nd, on site at the Crown Plaza Resort in the wonderful Hunter Valley. For those of you able to make it up on the Friday, there's a beautiful golf course for you to play 9 or 18 holes, or you might prefer a hit of tennis, or to pamper yourself in the spa. Take in the local attractions, visit the on-site restaurants and bars, or just relax around the pool and get ready for Friday night. But don't stay in the pool too long, because on Friday evening we'll bring the winemakers to you so that you can sample the beautiful wines of the Hunter Valley around the same pool. We'll kick off the conference that night with a few welcome formalities while you're trying the wines, and then enjoy a relaxed and delicious sit-down barbecue. And when I say relaxed, dress will be fairly relaxed for this opening event. Then on Saturday, we'll launch into the conference proper. You'll be inspired when you hear the stories of what other Rotarians and clubs are doing. You can celebrate the successes of Rotarians in our district and beyond. And you can hear of terrific projects, either completed, underway or in planning in our local, national and international communities. And don't forget, of course, there'll be the Rotary Expo, where you can learn about both new and long-running programs. We'll have great speakers who will refresh your ideas and refresh your enthusiasm, all interspersed with entertainment, the company of good friends, and on the Saturday night, a roaring 20s party. The Crown Plaza has an excellent range of accommodation, from hotel rooms through to 2- and 3-bedroom villas, so why not book one of those with your friends, and it will make it very reasonable indeed. There are also motels, resorts and caravan parks in close proximity to cater for all budgets. We'll finish at lunchtime on Sunday, so there's plenty of time to make it home if you have to, but there's so much to see and do in the Hunter you might wish to extend your stay. And there's really no shortage of terrific things to do in this beautiful location. So we'd ask you to join us for a terrific weekend to be inspired, be entertained, and go home refreshed with your inner Rotarian reinvigorated. Join us for Conference 2015.
for a fantastic 2015 conference. Now, I don't know how this is going to work, but have you enjoyed the 2014 conference? Well, hold the applause, because there's some people that really deserve it, and I don't know how this part of it's going to work, but would anyone who's out there, and they're not, I don't think there are, but if anyone's out there who belongs to the conference committee, would they please come on stage now? No, I thought so. Anyone from the conference committee? I can see a shadow. Tom, you come on.
Yep, we're here.
Here we are. Yay. The next person really likes a dramatic entrance, so we might make an exit for him too, but a dramatic entrance, so he sort of builds tension waiting for his appearance. But in the meantime, it gives me an opportunity to say two people who can't be here because they're working out there in the auditorium, and that is Bobby and Rod. Thank you so much for all you have done this weekend. Well, my conference chair and the other members of the conference committee assume that it's all over. What's this?
This is staging people.
Oh, I see, yes. Because it's not just the conference committee. There are a number of people who have obviously worked within the Concourse at stage work, and I'd like to thank Hayden, Nick, Harry, Richard and Brett. Fantastic team to work with. Thank you so much. So I do think I've given my conference chair long enough to come out and take applause. Thank you, gentlemen. It's just been wonderful. I am very mindful of the fact that I'm the only person standing between you and the cocktail party. And I'm not brave. However, I do want to make an announcement. Firstly, Kate McKenzie. Kate's from the Rotary Club of Randwick, and she has flooded the airwaves with tweets and Facebook postings, and I know that the people out on the Australian Rotary Health Stand who have been watching proceedings out there all day, they're very envious, Kate, that you have so many more friends than they do. But I have some great news from District Governor Gary. He had to leave at the afternoon tea time, but he has a very interesting conference. And it's a conference that's his District Rotary Conference, it's breaking new ground. And it's really catering in large part, as Rotary should, a connection with the business community. If you haven't had a look at that yet, go onto the website and just see the array of people that are presenting, because you really, the value of it it would be extraordinary, but it's what he's done for us, because he's this sort of guy, is that he's making a very, very special discount. His conference is on the 1st of March. Very special discount for Rotarians in District 9685. So anyone here who would like to go to Gary's conference next Saturday, if you take the promotion code, now I'm sure you're going to remember this, the promotion code that you have to put in is 9685. Can you remember that? 9685. So hopefully a number of people will be able to get there. Thank you. That must be Kate. Yes, it's called Shift, and I did borrow that word for a couple of users earlier today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say any more about the conference. Trish summed it up so well. I will leave you with one thought, because we all take away from a day like today our own meanings and our own thoughts. But for everyone, can you remember that if you see a lettuce leaf, get rid of it and see what the effect is. I'd like to conclude with two very special presentations, because this conference and this district is about you people. It's about the Rotarians in our district. And we have some amazing, amazing Rotarians. So, past District Governor Bruce and Megan Tilley, would you please come to the stage?
Where are you, gorgeous? Over here. You stand there. I call her gorgeous because one of the qualities she has that qualifies for that phrase is a heart that overflows with passion to help people in need, people that don't have the life she has. And she's already a major donor in our district, and her financial commitment to the foundation is well and truly known. But she has now entered the Bequest Society, and that's something where you provide for the foundation in your will. So after you've gone, and this will be a long time before we see your money, after you've gone, your money keeps working and it keeps doing good in the world. It's a simple thing to do. You might say, so what, $10,000 for the Bequest Society? That's no big deal. Dita and I talked about it and we came in at level 2, which is 25. We figured the kids could do without $25,000, and the kids agreed they could do without $25,000. In fact, they thought we were a bit mean and only going in at 25, but that's another story. But Megan has come in at level 7, and those avid supporters of the Rotary Foundation who are continually checking the website to keep up to date with all the stories the Foundation's putting out, and that's probably most of you, will know that Level 7 is in excess of $1 million, so this lady really has a big heart and a big desire to make sure the needs of the world are catered for after she's gone. Now, that money's never spent, it's invested, and the returns on the investment are used for Rotary programs. And it gives me great pleasure to ask Governor Graham if he would make that presentation to a very special lady.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just put a rather impressive pin on Megan. It looks brilliant. Can you see that in the light? Just move around. It should be sparkling out there. She also has this glass... Crystal. Crystal. You deserve crystal. But pass it over to you. It just says the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International, Megan Michelle Tilley. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you very much, John.
And finally in here is a necklace with a similar sort of pin. So there's the necklace.
Thank you very much.
Want to say something?
Somebody called out for Graham?
Yeah? No? All right.
No? Thank you very much, District Governor Graham. I've been a member of the Rotary family for, I think, about 47 years. I'm a past member of the Rotaract Club of St. Ives. I helped found and am the outgoing president of the Northern Suburbs 28 Club, and I am a member of the Rotary Club of St. Ives. I've had so much fun in the Rotary family. I've learned a lot. I've experienced a lot. So it seems to me a very small thing to do what I've done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Megan. And what a wonderful way to almost end our conference. But we will end on this point. And it's another presentation for an extraordinary Rotarian. Past District Governor Bob Burnett, would you please come to the stage? And with Bob, can I ask Ripper Trish? Bob says, what are you up to? Well, Bob, we have been impressed. We have learned today a number of things. And of course, those of us who are privileged to know Bob know that he's been a Rotarian for a long time, 51 years. And they kind of lost your 50-year recognition. And today we're going to rectify the 50 plus 1 years for Bob, and I'll ask Assistant Governor Miner to come forward and give that presentation. say something? Now, there is another award that Bob's receiving because he never stops, this man. He never stops working. Once he's done one amazing project, he's already into the next. And the club at Blackheath, which is his third Rotary club that he's belonged to, decided that it was high time, Bob, that you were recognised with an Avenues of Service award. Thank you, Mina. Thanks, Bob. Thanks for that presentation, Mina. But Bob, don't go away because it hasn't finished. We had a little word to President Burton because when we discovered that photograph of you at Sydney Airport explaining to Clem Renouf about polio, we thought this is pretty special. So we mentioned that to Ron, and Ron very kindly, Tom, has written you a letter. Now, it's a personal letter, and Tom can read it personally, but today we're going to share it with you, and I'll ask the World President's representative to do just that.
All right, Bob, this is how you're getting a letter read to you. This is from International President Ron Burton, and I'm absolutely privileged to read this on his behalf. Dear Bob, I have just recently been made aware of your long and devoted service to Rotary and to the communities in which you have lived. With over 50 years of Rotary membership to your credit, you are a wonderful resource for the Rotary Club of Blackheath and to your fellow Rotarians. You have had many wonderful experiences during these years, from the meeting with past President Clem Renouf, where you introduced him to Professor Huckstep, to your role as membership chair for your club next year. Your many accomplishments demonstrate that you have discovered the joy of putting service above self. You have seen that through Rotary, we can do so much more together than we could ever do alone. Rotary lets us do more, reach higher, and makes us a part of something bigger than ourselves. And no matter how much we give to Rotary, Rotary gives us so much more in return. I am proud to serve alongside committed Rotarians like you as we work to engage Rotary and change lives. Sincerely, Ron Burton. I think he's going to get a copy for it.
Mr. Governor, Graham doesn't know any better than to let me have a microphone. It's 50 years of practice, I'm afraid, but I was very privileged to have an Australian, a great Australian, Clem Renouf as my world president. It doesn't happen to many district governors. And so it was just a matter of being on the ball like Robbie was when he met Huckstep and brought him along to meet Clem that time. Clem Renouf, they tell me at RI, is still one of the most quoted presidents that we've ever had in Rotary. And one of the things he said was that Rotary gives ordinary men and women extraordinary opportunities to do more with our lives than we ever dreamed possible. And that's the situation I have had for 50 years. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. An extraordinary Rotarian, a wonderful, wonderful man, Tom Burnett. Tom, Bob, I knew that. I knew that. Don't worry, it's getting late. It's getting late. It must be time. It must be time. I know that there are some people here who have a birthday today. Well, they say it's your birthday. It's Rotary's birthday too. It's time for us to party. That's it, folks.